All right, we're back with you. Gabe Snyder from Ward Black Law and Nicole Patino from the law offices of Nicole Patino are here talking everything from workers' comp to employment rights. This is a great question. If I have vacation days banked, am I required to be paid out for those days?
It depends. So in North Carolina, if your employer gives you vacation, which is not required, they must have a forfeiture clause in their policy. It has to be a written policy, or you are supposed to be paid out for those days. So it depends. Check your employee handbook.
The employee handbook. Okay. Gabe, this person says, if you were paid out by workers' comp and a clincher clause prohibits you from returning to a specific school system, can that be overturned?
Yeah, so I'd want to get an attorney to look at your clincher agreement, because I'll bet you that it's not in the clincher. I'll bet you, because technically the employer cannot make you resign your job. Now, they may want you to resign at the end, and part of a condition of settlement, because they also don't have to pay you out in a lump sum, they can say, we want you to resign. And they do that because the insurance companies think in themselves, well, in this case, the school systems think in themselves, we don't want you to re-injure yourself, and you're more likely to do that. And so we have you resign. So what I would ask this person to do is look and see if they paid you any consideration for like $100 or something on top of your clincher agreement amount for assigning a release and resignation agreement. Look at that and check it out. I'll tell you, I've seen clients reapply and them not know about it, the school system. So I'm not telling you to lie, but I'm just saying, you know, if you feel like it's not enforceable, try reapplying and see what happens. You know.
Okay. All right, Nicole, this person says, the company I work for takes us out for Christmas lunch, but there are a few of us who just don't want to go. If we say we don't want to go, they send us home for several days with no pay as punishment. Can they do that?
It depends. So it depends on why you don't want to go to this Christmas lunch. Is it because it's a religious holiday? If so, they can't discriminate or retaliate against you because of that. If it's because you just don't want to hang out with your coworkers or you don't like your boss, then yeah, they can take adverse employment actions in that case, unless the boss is engaging in some sort of unlawful activity, and that's why you don't want to go out with them. So
because they could just say that that's your like working lunch or whatever.
Yeah.
And require you to be there.
Yes. Yeah. Company sponsored events, as long as they're within work hours.
Okay. All right. Gabe, this person says, if you're out of work on disability, can you still work a part-time job?
Okay, so I'm hoping that this person is referring to workers' comp disability, because I don't do Social Security disability. I'm not sure about that question. I think there might be some income requirements for that you can't go over a certain income. So if you're on disability for workers' comp, if you work a part-time job, you absolutely can do that. But whatever amount you earn at that job part-time will be offset or will reduce the amount that you receive from workers' comp. So let's say that you're getting $600 a week from workers' comp and you work part-time and make $100 a week. Well, now workers' comp's only going to pay you $500, and that would be considered not temporary total disability, but temporary partial disability, where you're making less wages than you were before. It's a sign of disability. It's just not total disability because you're still working some.
Okay. All right, we have about 1 minute. Nicole, what happens if the person who is harassing you at work is the HR person? Then who do you go to?
There should be a bypass procedure in the employee handbook, but if not, go to a manager or someone in a level that's higher than the HR person, because there always should be somebody in the company who you can report discrimination or harassment to.
And I'm guessing, I mean, that probably feels like tough, right? Thinking that you're going to go over someone's head, especially when they're the ones who are supposed to be in charge of that. Is there anything that we should know as we're doing that?
I mean, it's important just to make sure that you're reporting what is happening, because you need to be protected.
Okay, all right. So all kinds of questions today for workers' comp and also for employment rights. You may have missed one of the ones that you really need to hear. So what we want you to do is we want you to be able to go to the website. In the Who Wants to Know section, you'll find this interview posted in just about an hour.